The Committee of License and Permit Committee meeting. Today is February 10th, 2026. I want to call the order and have the committee members introduce themselves. My name is Robert Barnes, Committee Chair.
Today, Ron, Community.
Patricia Simpson, committee meeting.
JD Buxton, committee member.
Anthony Jordan, District Manager to the board. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. The agenda is pretty straightforward, and I'll leave to the chair and give permission to go over each of the items. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right, you want me to go?
Yeah, if you do start, all right, so, Mr. Chairman, may I? Like a renewal license application for Papa Cana Lounge located at 370 East 146th Street, Bronx, New York, 10455. Renewal application license number 6011244. It is the first item for application. The business is without an outdoor license is scheduled for a bar and restaurant. Like I mentioned, 370 East 146th Street. The renewal document that was submitted as part of the package from the State Liquor Authority from the Segura Reyes as the business owner. As you look at page 3, your document is a picture of the outside of the business. Mr. Chairman, so after the second attempt to communicate with this business, they have not been responsive to the community board or to the committee or the staff for us to opine on renewal of the license. Usually when the board has not received any response for the first or second, there are the number of 911 complaints will follow at the end of this meeting. This has not been responsive. We usually send in a denial notice. So it is up for the committee to determine what is the pleasure of the committee to be referred to the board.
You're gonna do it. I know you want to do it.
We can come back to this to talk about the 911. I'm gonna ask
let's go over it real quick. So we send out a second notice. We informed us twice to respond to the board of the renewal application. We haven't received any response. I want to to find out from the board members. Our recommendation, my recommendation as the chair of the committee. I'm recommending that it be denied because of the numerous times that we tried to reach out to them and not responsive from them. Any discussions on this?
If it's something that they wanted, they will comply. Get in touch.
Yeah, if they want to be a part of the community, I mean, they have to be responsive to the community. So if they're not responsive to the community board, then it's like, how would they take a customer's complaint?
Mm-hmm.
So district manager, my recommendation for this is denial. And
so we need a motion from the committee to that will be taken to the full board, please, Mr. Chairman. Yeah. So if you want to ask for a motion for
can we have a motion to recommend the denial that it goes to the full board?
I recommend denial.
Okay, a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any
extensions?
Extensions?
None. Okay. So then so that will go towards to the full board. The next one is Square One Dominican Restaurant, 283B St. Anne's Avenue, Bronx, New York, 10454. A new application for consideration, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah. So we also reached out to Square One Dominican Restaurant Corp. They have a response, so we're gonna have this one put on layover for the committee meeting on 3/10.
So there is as it shows the principal partner is Emily Fernandez, There's a picture and a map of the business on page number 5 is the application, and the this page 6 shows the picture of the front of the location and the map. It's located 283 B St. Anne's Avenue between 139th and 140th Streets.
So we'll put this one over for layover.
Recommendation for layover, motion.
Do we have a motion, to recommend this, for layover?
I have a question.
Okay.
I just wanted to be for the record.
Okay.
When we're trying to contact them to follow up on the application and get them to present in front of the board, we're using the information that they put as contact information for them. So we're calling them and we're emailing them.
That's correct.
Right, and they also a new application, so, they have the full application from from the district manager and the community board. So they had an opportunity.
And they
But,
know where the office is.
Right, so we just wanna put it over, give them another chance. We gave them, we spoke to them, sent them an email. So we'll see if they come back, next month.
So we're fairly believing that we're using a two strikes and then the committee takes up the recommendation.
Okay.
Unless folks want to opine upon the business, whether they patronize the business or whether they, and then we also bring up the 911 reports, the 1 reports too, which we'll highlight on for the new businesses.
Okay.
And that's going to come on the calendar. So, and I'll highlight that at the end of the agenda.
Okay.
Okay. So, is there a motion, Mr. Chairman, for
Was the motion to, I think we took a
layover?
I, Jadine Buxton, make a motion for layover for Square One Dominican Restaurant Corp.
Pat Simpson, second.
So motion as, is there any abstentions? Any no's? Hearing none? Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
So let's go to 310.
The next one is Lebanese Entertainment LLC. The proprietor is RJ De Jesus. RJ De Jesus is a member of this committee. This business was originally brought up and passed with one person abstaining was RJ cannot vote according to the rules, or as a committee member or as a board member on a business, but she can't opine on it. It was passed, but her license was asked to be resubmitted by the New York State Liquor Authority for the area. So we, as part of that, will have to reapply again on the business. The documentation, I'm sorry that RJ's not here tonight, but the documentation relating to the business is Lebanese Entertainment LLC, the business as Solera, SOLERA, 125 St. Anne's Avenue, Bronx, New York, 10454, as a new applicant. Proposed applicant number as is listed on the application is NA 037025138302, and it is supposed to be a bar tavern that's with live music, dance floor, likely for a DJ and security personnel likely to be on site. The information is this is submitted as part of the business. I because of this happens to be a board member, I won't apply any further, but the information is here in writing, and I cannot answer any questions on behalf of the business because I don't have any connection.
Okay.
But we can decide to opine or lay over. It's up to the.
Well.
But it was approved in a previous.
I was gonna say, this was approved in one of our previous, you remember our previous committee meetings?
If I may.
Yes.
It was, the first notice was submitted in June 16th.
Right.
And then it was voted on at the committee during some recess, so the committee met in July and August.
Okay.
Right.
When normally committees don't meet, but because liquor licenses happen yearly, a few liquor licenses were voted in July. This one was one of the few that were voted yes.
Okay.
So it's a new business. I want to add to it. Their menus, salmon, salads, and soups. It was a 2-floor establishment. As we talked about the tavern space, the operation hours are from Sunday from 12 p.m. in the afternoon to 2 a.m. in the morning. Then on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 5 p.m. in the evening to 4 a.m. in the morning. It holds 5 tables, 50 seats. The maximization of certificate occupancy allows up to 300 guests at any given time. Holds a number of employees. Any given time is 6 employees. It talked about the amplified sound and noise mitigation, DJ, live music, background music. So it's a various of different types of music. It does meet the 200 to 500 feet rules between another establishment or a school that's within the space. It the most closest one though is the Milk Bar, which is located just down the block from it, at 148 Bruckner Boulevard. The restaurant that we have not made any stipulations to this business when it was last approved, but they're willing. But they agreed to adhere to the New York State Liquor Authority licenses and so on. Also attached is the requested certificate of occupancy that points out the entire approved DOB use of the property as required under our internal application system. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
So, as you know, as stated, this was submitted to the board in July, and we did approve it. And she's now resubmitted it. My recommendation, to the committee is to lay this over into 310 also, so she could come in and do a presentation, to the committee. Do we have any a motion to lay it over to 310?
I motion to lay it over. Patricia Simpson.
Second.
Jaden Buxton, second the motion.
Any abstention? All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you, Chairman. So that the motion is laid over for a 310 committee application. The next one is we're going to skip that that commission you have. We're going to go directly to the cannabis retail dispensary license questionnaire for Summit Canner LLC.
Mm-hmm.
As we know that part of this committee's responsibility is also to review OCM, New York State Office of Cannabis Management, like we do for liquor licenses, to review renewals. This is Summit Canner, aka Conbud, that's in our district, 2412 3rd Avenue, Bronx, New York. We had one of the partners and leaders of that organization come before our committee to submit a presentation. This is but we did not vote. We laid it over until we received the required internal documentation. Combud is one of the businesses that we was the first actually cannabis dispensary that we reviewed. So when the community board had this authority to review and opine upon it. So for the record, it's OCM CAURD 24000083, a retail dispensary license renewal. As I mentioned, 2412 2412 3rd Avenue, Bronx, New York, 10454. There's a 1-floor dispensary in the Brooklyn side of our district, and it's been operational for at least 2 years. They have continue to have the executed lease agreement for the property, and then a copy of it with a certificate of occupancy is part of the packet. The operation is Sunday at 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for the same exact time. They have at least 15 employees on site for different shifts at a given time. There are usually two to people doing operating hours for us security personnel out of that 15. They do have low background music when their business is in operation. They are complying with the 200 to 500 feet rules as related to the OCM cannabis law. The school that's located just about almost 500 feet is the Jean Charter School, Mount Haven. They're their CEO is Michael Matas. The attached certificate of occupancy is the Old Charlie's Bar and Grill restaurant that's in that area. They do are open to and they're aware of the rules to any stipulations. There has been no, to my understanding, no 911 complaints that has been associated with that business in the negative. And that information is shared with the committee for, I refer to, again, like I said, the discussion that we had previously relating to this business. There were no concerns or complaints. Mr. Chairman, for the committee review.
So, as we, we know that they, he came and spoke to us a little bit about his establishment. And as he stated, he submitted all the documents to the board. And we are looking to, send this, for approval with the full committee board. So the committee, do you make a motion on
Are there questions or motions?
questions or any motions on?
No questions. IJD and Buxton make a motion to send Conabud to the full board
Yeah.
For approval
for approval.
I'm in agreement with that also.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so the motion is passed to send to the full board for approval.
The cannabis.
All right, it's been approved. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So now, as a part of the work that we are going to be that we are working to do is to make sure we allow this committee to also be aware of what is coming forward for the committee.
Thank you.
We want to make the committee aware under for new business. Juanito Restaurant located at 138th Street in the Bronx, New York. 10454 is going to come for us along with the March docket for our new license. Duddy's Restaurant Corp is 710 East 138th Street, Bronx, New York, 10454 for renewal. And Solomon's 2 Corp at 357 East 138th Street is coming for renewal. We, in advance to them coming for renewal, wanted to make the board aware of the 911 complaints. So Juanito Restaurant Corporation, as I mentioned, there have been 17 911 complaints that for so far that has come up, and 031 complaint. No arrests were made during the 911 complaints, and that's the one that I'm going to bring up. This comes directly from NYPD. This is not internal. We asked the NYPD to opine with us so that you guys are aware. Dosas Restaurant Corp at 710 East 138th Street. There has been 131 complaint, but very concerning, alarming, and because that looks a little light, is because we highlighted it in red. It didn't cover it. There have been 139 911 calls for the business located at 710 East 138th Street. The bulk of the 911 calls are either from the building above or the kiosk that's located. We have these street kiosks right outside the office that's been calling 911 related to this business. And some are 2 Corp, 357 East 138th Street. There have been 2 301 complaints and 1 911 complaint, nothing to note. These are all comments coming directly from NYPD. But I just wanted to bring to the attention that these are the 3 businesses that have been outreached with the SLA, Liquor Authority, application information to appear before us on the 10th. But I wanted to make you all aware of the 911 concerns, and NYPD will be on site at our March committee meeting to opine more about what type of arrests, if any, were made for any of the 911 complaints that have been outlined here, for the exception of one we already understand that 494 East 138th Street, there have been no arrests, but we don't know details how many arrests or any formal charges for the 139 911 calls for 710 East 138th Street on the corner of Jackson, Bruckner, and right across the street from the right check cashing place.
Oh, okay.
That's where that one is, on the corner. that has the most 911 calls.
Mhm.
That's the one with the apartment above?
No, that's another one that's on Brook Avenue. This one is the one on 710 138th Street. Is further down going towards the Bruckner on the corner. They do have apartments above.
Oh, okay, all
It's
right.
a corner restaurant that's there, and it has
It's like a brown.
there's around, it goes like
Yeah.
around the corner,
Mhm,
but it's directly across the street from the right check. That's right on the corner
Right.
of Jackson 138,
mhm.
138th Street. And again, they're alarming 139 911 calls
Yeah.
is what sticks out for us.
That's a lot of
So I'm not asking the community to opine, but we're making you aware of the information for transparency of what our team is moving towards, ensuring that this committee can be able to, and the community can be truly aware of what is yet to come. So when the presentation comes of how we're gonna be able to opine upon this business. Thank you, Chairman.
Yeah, I would just like to add, looking at the numbers here, do we ask them to make sure that they come at the next committee meeting? Because the ones with the deals, wanna be able to sit down and have the committee do a dialogue and discussion on, the area. And maybe if we can invite, NYPD, if they could have someone come in and also, look at, cause these numbers are like alarming, 139, complaints. But I think, even though it's renewal, we should as a committee, if you got any time, any chance, just to go around, look at it and, see what the area is, just scope it out and see how it looks. And I would do so myself, just get a feel of what's going on there.
Mhm.
What
you know,
type of area it
Right,
is.
cause like you said, it's the kiosk, it could be that's,
Mhm.
making a lot of, of the complaints, but, we just wanna be sure that our
And the
committee is.
police can't always be there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, so,
They
just for
be
that one,
short.
if they could come, I'm grateful that they gave us the
Emergency
report, but if, they could,
Sure.
if they.
We
could-
got the business definitely to be able to, and in the business as part of the package, and we send the document that you see, like did you so for Abanas business at the one of Mr. RJ De Jesus is.
Mhm.
As part of the packet, you have to post a sign in your window visible from the outside and the inside that this business liquor license renewal or new license is going to be heard by the community board on such date, so that people from the community can come in on that date to testify or submit written testimony for the committee to review, if anonymous or in person
Mhm.
or whatever, so that we could learn more about the business. But this is a deep dive in our role in the office to make sure that we are being able to make as transparent and clear decisions as possible. Because I understand that I don't, I'm sure you all don't take these decisions likely to either suspend or put stipulations on someone's licenses or business. But this is extremely important to know what's been going on, because in my experience, the first thing that goes into the press when there's something like unfortunate happens, the community board just approved their license, and then everybody's face is along with that, even though it is not, whatever happens is business, not direct reflection of the community board's work. We only are able to do our work according to what information is made available to us at the time. I would like to also mention that in there, my understanding, reaching out to elected officials' offices, she usually places highly visited by workers, that whether construction or other industries that visit that place as they leave work. It's also close to our the newly, not so newly, but recent opening of the migrant facility. Is also directly out of where the train station is on Cypress Avenue. So it's a business that can be populated by everyone. And I don't want to focus on a group at all. And I know that, but we like our licensed liquor spaces to think of safety over profit. So you cut someone off if you think they have become belligerent or either drinking or too much or whatever it may be, to make sure that we can be able to, again, safety over profit, to ensure that we're not sending one on the train that's totally liberated or liberated, and then we don't want to also send anyone into traffic or driving a car from that investment. So thank you, Mr. Chairman. That is my connection to
Yeah, and I just would like to say, I want to thank the district manager and Stephen, for providing this. It makes this committee work better, and it makes it easy for us to get a grip on what we're looking at and how we serve our community. Again, thank you guys for the diligence you guys put into this. With that said, anybody have any discussion? Do you have any discussion? We have some.
I actually do have a question. So, I see that it says that the numbers are from the past year,
Mhm.
but do we know, like, are we even allowed to ask to the extent, like, what was the time frame that the bulk of calls were made, or like, was it weekends? Like, to what extent can we get these details before it becomes like a privacy or?
Sure, so we can dig deeper, and that's what we're gonna invite PD when we have an instance like this that does with the 911 to help explain the data more clearer, so you can understand, like, we got this many calls in the last 6 months, that month by month, so we can talk about when those calls actually happen. If the data reflects it, because we use this on the open information website that's made available to staff of the city of New York, so we can ask if they can provide that information more detailed. So, and I agree that could be helpful.
And it's a good thing because, we just got the Bronx South, that was approved by the commissioner. I think we're gonna have more NYPD here, so, maybe if we see this as maybe they could like put a car there, or maybe, all depends on how the data looks, where the congestions come from.
Mhm.
For the 911.
Even so, I feel like the business itself, like, if they see that there's an issue that's a safety concern for not even only their patrons, but the people of the area, majority of the complaints are coming from the people in the building. I'm pretty sure that they have gone to the business to voice their complaints because they live there.
Right.
And it's like, it doesn't show here that there's any security. So of course, without them here, like, we can't ask them, like, did you ever think about implementing that? Like, is it a financial issue why you didn't? Or like, it's not like they have live music. It says jukebox. So it's like, what type of crowd are you inviting, or how are you getting the crowd that you're inviting to have like the issues that bring about that amount of 911 calls?
So we got a discussion when they come by. So
that's fair, and we do ask PD to speak more to those issues on the record after the business. This is why we excuse the business after we ask the question, or we can ask PD to provide the information before, so that when we're interviewing the businesses, we can say that we understand through the month of April you have gotten 15 calls in that 2 weeks period. What's going on rate or whatever. So I get what you're saying, that maybe there may be key times when you provide more security. I think that it's important to provide security more than, because again, that is a direct feeder. That business is a direct feeder to us in mass transit system, and we want to make sure that people are not getting on the highway if you're driving and you are inebriated and likely to cause a unfortunate accident or death. So I think
that section of 130 is a lot of businesses. There's a lot of stuff happening there.
Shelter, everything.
Street.
Yeah, it's a
Very large street.
All right.
That's duly noted. Thank you.
All right. Any other discussion? Anybody make a motion to adjourn?
I make the motion to adjourn.
I second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you, everyone.